Sorry, chat. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm trying to set up this match right now. Just making sure everything is good to go.
I like the way that you say my name. In the evening when we're far away from distractions. There's something special about that time of night. You like how I get into the mood, treat you like a man while I lose me. There's something special.
Here we go indeed, Shea Bomb. Just in a little bit, just making sure everything's good to go. Brydog is wanting to root for EM. But remember, he did say, as he mentions here in chat as well, that he doesn't want to go against Frontera. So maybe his head is saying Frontera is going to win, but his heart wants EM to win. I think that makes sense. Well, I mean, Shea Bob, it does make sense that he does not like FSD. I mean, you're their direct league rivals, so, you know. So whilst we wait, chat, how about you guys drop your predictions for both teams? Still trying to sort out this matchup right here, make sure everything is good, and see if everything is good to go. I think we should be fine. Both teams are now starting to flood in, so we should be able to kick off this premier matchup between El Matador and Frontera Chrome very, very soon. Trigger, I hate to say this, bro, but it only gets tougher from here, man. Only gets tougher from here for you to get that win. All right, both teams are in. We are now going to kick off very soon, chat. Both teams are now getting themselves onto the playing field. And here we go! El Matador versus Frontera SD Chrome. Chelsea Man, Muds of Death, and Fiery Fred shows kick off this match for Frontera SD Chrome, and for El Matador, it is Indestructible, aka Gnostics, Silu, aka Luis, and Total Toadster, aka Skyline. Indestructible brings it forward. Silu with a shot. Good 50 and Muds of Death dribbles it out. Gets met with some pressure though Fiery French Toast keeps it in the midfield. Muds now brings it into the blue half. It's not create a good chance, but Chelsea man follows this up. Fiery French Toast with a shot at the near post. And El Matador get it out with both Luis and Gnostics combining to make sure that it stays out. Been a bit of an even game here so far. Still early. Both sides still trying to settle in, but El Matador had a good start. Didn't really get enough clear looks, but they were able to keep the pressure up. Frontera now starting to get themselves going. But even they succumb to and respect the CF side as Luis brings it up. Skyline with a shot gets met by Fiery French Toast. And now Gnostics tries to play it forward, but Larson, aka Chelsea man, takes over. Gets a shot on goal at the near post. Gnostics gets back right on time. And now Luis with a counter. Beats one. Open net at his mercy. And Luis gets the lead for El Matador. And Luis did all of that with 0 boost, by the way. That is incredible to see. Keeps the close control, keeps the pace high, and puts it into the back of the open net. How will Frontera respond from this? Respond to this, rather. It's French Toast. Tries to center it. Larson has to bail out. He thought Fiery French Toast was going to get the touch, but that gives time for Luis to bring it into the middle. And he air dribbles it in textbook Luis style. Nice first touch. Gets the second one over. And Mudzadeth has to retreat, but cannot get the final touch with 0 boost. And El Matador are up 2-0, courtesy of Luis. Chelsea man trying to get it into the middle. Plays it to Luis. Fiery French Toast over Luis, who saw that coming. Gets the touch on the backboard and clears it out with Gnostics. He's just not able to settle in yet. And Larson tries to take over, but the big clearance goes into the other end. And this has been the story for Frontera. Anytime they get met with a challenge in the blue half, El Matador takes over and gets it out of the way. Once again, a big pop-up. Luis takes over, air dribbles it. And Larson has to do all he could to get that ball out. Now, Fiery French Toast into the middle. Passes it towards Larson. Luis saw that coming yet again. He's been reading these Frontera Chrome attacks like a book and has foreseen all of them coming. Ooh, a big whip. Oh, and an unfortunate touch, but it works out as a back pass for Skyline. Gets it over the backboard. Indestructible. Off target. But only because of Fiery French Toast's intervention. And speaking of which, he kickstarts the attack. But Luis read that well. And now brings it in towards the middle. Towards Skyline, who cannot beat Larson. But that loose touch goes right to Indestructible. And what a save from Toast to keep it 2-0. As the clock starts to tick down, we go into the final 90 seconds, and we are just about going into the final minute, and El Matador have control of game 1 right here. Ooh, Mudzadeth looked a little awkward, still able to get a touch, but the demo meant that Frontera couldn't really get the ball forward. Everyone's still stuck at the back and low on boost. Mudzadeth finally takes over, gets a nice challenge on Luis, who keeps control. Larson follows it up, does not get the second touch. Indestructible has the time to get it out. With the final minute remaining, Frontera Chrome have all to do to get the first goal. But El Matador have done so well defensively to see them off time and time again. No matter what Frontera Chrome try, they're trying to go for a solo effort. Oh, Larson misses. Fiery French Toast out of position. Needs to get it out to the side. Does so. Larson trying to take over. Beats one with his first touch. Beats second with his second touch. Fiery French Toast is now going to go for a pop-up. Towards the net. But Indestructible, aka Gnostics, gets it out. And Luis as well. These guys have been able to predict every single attack and have not been caught off guard by anything Frontera Chrome have attempted right here. But could this be a goal-scoring opportunity? A big double from Larson and an even bigger save from Gnostics seals the deal for El Matador, and they win game 1. 2-0. And that is a huge win for El Matador against second-placed Frontera Chrome. EM needed this as well, and a clean sheet just makes it even better. Skyline gets the game 1 win. Skyline says, you know what, I have time to drop some bits. He drops another 100 bits. Thank you so much for your support, Skyline. Much appreciated. We'll see if Frontera Chrome have any subs they can bring in. They tend to have at least 4 players, if not all 5. So they do rotate quite a bit. We'll see if that's going to be the case tonight. Both teams are now going in to kick off game 2. And we are going to kick this off at Sovereign Heights. Same lineup for Frontera. Coop coming in for Skyline for EM. Here we go. There's a whole lot of good Luis work on the attack, but Gnostics is capable of that as well. And Kuv, he has got so much better that he can act as a good third man and get those final touches in to get the ball to the back of the net. A tight angle effort from Luis, and Frontera had to be alert to that. Follow-up shot off target, but Frontera are trying to get out. Really struggling to do so against this El Matador team. Indestructible just gives the ball to Fiery French Toast, who pops it up and gives it back to Luis. Nice first touch, but the second touch goes right to Larson. And now Coop takes over, gets met by Larson. Munzadeth kind of off position. Fiery French Toast has to play it back to Larson, who does not get his touch, but the ball gets played to the corner. Nice challenge though from Munzadeth. Larson towards the middle. Where's Fiery French Toast? He has to cut and get to the ball. And now he has a shot on goal. Gets the second one. Munzadeth! And he tries to put it into the back of the net, but he meets Luis, who is at the perfect spot. And once again, EM defend valiantly to keep Frontera Chrome out. Now the ball's already in the other end. Frontera Chrome being more alert defensively this time around. Larson trying to bring it up with 0 boost, trying to beat Gnostics, who does well enough to defend against that. Munzadeth trying to go for a big hit off the air, high up. Does not get a good enough angle towards the net. And now Indestructible going for the flip reset. Gets that, but not enough loft. And now he needs to retreat. Frontera Chrome bring it out on their own. Larson bumps Luis. And Indestructible's already back with 0 boost to bring it to the other end. A huge pinch from Kuv gets it cleared out. And every single time Frontera Chrome try to go forward, just like game 1, EM are ready for them. This time an early shot, Gnostics was there. Big clears, typically you'd see a Frontera Chrome player ready for that. Fiery French Toast was there, Luis knew what was coming, intercepts that pass, and EM, they have been so good at stopping Frontera Chrome from getting that goal. Frontera Chrome though doing way better defensively this time around. EM respecting them as well, making sure they don't overcommit and leave themselves open. They have definitely learned their lesson from the matchup earlier in the season when Frontera beat El Matador. Ooh, French Toast looking awkward getting out of the goal, but he gets away with it. Does not get the corner boost though. Now the ball's just hanging in the middle. Kuv trying to rotate. Munzadeth pass to the middle. Will Larson make it? He cannot. He gives it up to Luis. Gets the mid boost. Beats Luis. But the ball is loose. And it goes right to Indestructible, aka Gnostics, who brings it out. Fakes the reset. Tries to keep it going. Larson there to stop him though. But it's always Either Luis or Gnostics getting back on the ball, and Frontera have had no response to that. Gnostics now brings it up, trying to go for a solo effort. What an insane shot attempt, but it goes off target with a huge contribution from Larson. And now the ball's loose in the middle. Indestructible gets back right on time and gets it out. Once again, ball's loose in the middle, but El Matador first to it, and they get control yet again in the midfield. Luis trying to do it all on his own. Flip reset, pops it up towards the net. Muds of Death saw that coming and gets it out. And with the final minute here, it's still 0-0 between El Matador and Frontera. Chrome. Great defending from both sides in every which way. But El Matador looks slightly better right here. Frontera, though, are still in this. They can still get the first goal and potentially the game winner. Matador wins that first goal at the perfect time. Ball was loose. Muds goes for it. Gnostics misses. Luis with zero boost and not in the net. And Frontera Chrome take the lead with 37 seconds remaining. This is huge for Frontera after struggling like they did in Game 1. Game 2 now is there for the taking. A huge clearance out in the final 30 seconds. El Matador can still come back. They've always come back from these situations in past games. Muds with a huge goal. Fire Fred shows, plays it out towards Luis, who shoots it towards the net. Muds sees that coming, gets it out. Muds misses that. Luis going for a shot. Larson intercepts. Coob misses the ball too. Gnostics now, high up. Fire Fred shows, gets away with it. And the game is over. A tightly contested affair at Sovereign Heights. And Frontera Chrome are now on the board. It's 1-1. Whew, what an insane Game 2 that was. Really, really strong efforts from both sides. Very defensive Game 2 as well. We'll see if they open up a bit in Game 3, but it all depends on how that game starts and who gets the first goal. Typically what we've seen in SGL is if your team gets the first goal, you take control and you get to win the game. 38 points for Coob is not a good sign on that scoreboard, though. He's had better games, that's for sure, but he just wasn't as involved right here. Fortunately for him. And now we go into DF8 Stadium for Game 3. Both teams tied at 1.
2, 1, go!
Here we go. Who will get that second win and be on match point between El Matador and Frontera Chrome? As you can see, both teams making subs yet again. Skyline comes back in for Coob. And for Frontera Chrome, Shaybomb comes in for Fiery French Toast. And now, chat, we have in Frontera a team filled with Psionics developers. So this should be a fun match for sure. And Fiery French Toast, thank you for the Prime sub. I have no control over the ads. That's a Twitch thing. But I'm sure Twitch is happy to take your sub courtesy of your Amazon Prime membership. Ooh, Luis follows up with a shot, and he places it perfectly, so much so that not even Frontera can get it out despite the save attempt. Near post top right corner. Shaybomb trying to get it out, but just couldn't do enough. Sorry, not Shaybomb. Muds of Death trying to get it out, but couldn't do enough. And El Matador take the lead, 1-0. Much love, Toast. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Oh, a loose shot. Really awkward. And Luis gets the second straight after. Skyline putting it into the middle. Awkward clearance. The net is open after a big bump from Skyline, who played the first cross. And Luis gets his, and El Matador second. 9 seconds after kickoff. It's 2-0. Ooh, Shayball trying to go for a shot right there, but to no avail. Surprised to see him play with the Batmobile. You don't see that too often from him. We'll see if he gets used to it. Matador trying to go for a shot off of that center. Doesn't get it on target. Larson to Shea, and Shea makes that shot count. And it didn't take long for Frontera to get their first goal in Game 3. They're back in it. El Matador are up 2-1. And what a powerful shot as well, chat. 85 miles per hour, 136 kilometers per hour off of Alan's BangersOnly.com radar gun. Fiery French Toast, I know where you're coming from. I'm thinking that's probably a tribute to Ducky, especially with the big rubber duck goal celebration right there. Maybe that's what's at play right here. Larson trying his best to keep this attack going. Muds of Death now towards the middle. Goes for the dunk. Oh my goodness, that pitch is gonna go all the way into the other net. And Indestructible gets the third off of a fortuitous strong pitch. No one there at the back to save that. And El Matador extend their lead by 2. They're up 3-1. And could they get their fourth? Shaybomb stops it for now. Luis towards the middle. Big bump by Indestructible. Skyline now. Centers it. Shea gets it out of the way. But that's just going to go back to Luis, who gets the first touch. Avoids the bump. Keeps it going. Meets Larson at the backboard. Mud's trying to clear it out. But the net is open. Shea needs to make that save. And he does just enough to keep that out. Larson gets baited out by Luis, who read that touch. And now tries to take over. Meets Larson in the midfield. Both he and Shea are going up for that ball. Matador is all on his own. And can he get that second touch? He doesn't, but his teammates are back now. Luis trying again for a solo goal. Now Indestructible towards the opposite corner. Nice first touch by Luis. Dodges right into it. Still has boost to get into the middle. Goes for the bump. But to no avail, and the net is open. Larson teaching, does he get that target? He doesn't. Skyline still makes the save. He spawned at that corner, and oh my goodness, the ball is turning it for the middle. Matador finally puts it in. A bit of luck for El Matador, but that doesn't last too long. Matador right there to take advantage of the ricochets off of the crossbar and post, and Frontera Chrome are back in this with 1 minute 50 seconds remaining. It's 3-2 to EM. This will be a huge win for EM2 because they have been up and down throughout the season. They lost the reverse fixture. If they can win this one, this will keep them in the title race. And Luis gets the fourth! Gets his hat trick, and of course it had to be a solo effort. 100 boost, great first touch, carries that into the back. Neither Shea nor Larson can get to that, and El Matador are up 4-2. Kickoff goes in El Matador's favor. Skyline lets it go to Luis, who tries to go for a second but gets the ball away to the side. Larson now off the ceiling, trying to go for a pass or a shot, but he just didn't have the angle for either. Couldn't really get to that ball. And now Muds, nice first touch to keep it close. Skyline saw that coming though. A little bit awkward for Larson. And unfortunately for EM, Indestructible. Gnostics couldn't get to that. Still 4-2 as we enter the final minute. Frontera Chrome can come back. But the question is, will they be able to equalize? And now it's all hands on deck for El Matador. Everyone back there for now to make sure that they don't concede a third. Loose ball center into the middle. Luis gets there first towards Gnostics, who doesn't get there, just didn't have the boost. Gets it off the corner though, and now EM can start to get the pressure going. Shade, nice touch off to the corner, gets met by Skyline. Oh my goodness, that's a big miss from Munzadev, and even bigger miss from Skyline. He should have made that the 5th for EM, but it still works out in their favor. And oh my goodness, insane! Couple of ricochets as the ball somehow stays out, but the time keeps ticking. The clock doesn't stop. EM are gonna get their win with a 5th and the 4th goal for Luis. Game 3 goes in El Matador's favor, and chat, they are now on match point. Now we just need to wait for the final 3 seconds to finish up, which it will now. El Matador getting their guaranteed Game 3 win off of a massive Luis performance. There's something about the top tier players in SGL. When the going gets tough, they step up and they start to deliver. And we see Luis right here doing a terrific job of getting those goals in for his team. A lot of them individual efforts. Meanwhile, for Frontera, they did well with their full developer team, but now they need to pull out all stops. They have to bring out their best possible trio. I wouldn't be surprised if Fiery French Toast comes back in, possibly for Munzadev, who, as well as he might have played here, has to go onto the bench so that Frontera can field their strongest lineup. And a huge 5 saves as well from Skyline, by the way. If you remember that spawn save, that was probably like an incredibly lucky moment, but they still did a great job of keeping the ball out of the net. The difference, though, has been this El Matador side has been able to really do the damage with their individual play, especially the air dribbles going all out from the back in the midfield. And we kick off Game 4 en Barque de Paris. Here we go. El Matador versus Chrome. El Matador on match point. And Frontera Chrome are going for Champions Field. And what a start. Shabob with a great goal straight off a kickoff. Chooses to avoid the ball, bumps Luis away. And Frontera Chrome take the lead with 6 seconds into Game 4. We'll see if they choose to sit back after this or if they were going to keep the pressure going, because they have been second best throughout their challenges. For the most part, they would not be able to meet Luis or Gnostics as they come up and get to the ball first. And now Shabob needs to get back quickly. So does Larson. A challenge right there from Skyline to try and take it into the net. Goes off target. And now Luis takes over. Of course he's going to take over. Low boost this time around. Frontera don't know that. Fiery French Toast respects him. And finally the ball goes out into the blue half. A big boom. Shabob, though, is going back because he doesn't have boost. Luis gets the time to take his first touch. Beats Larson with the second. Shabob towards the middle. Fiery French Toast choosing to be a bit more conservative. Waiting for Skyline to make his first touch. And now Gnostics trying to take over. Larson with a bit of an awkward moment, still gets a touch off of that. Shea is not able to get up on time to get a proper first touch, loses control, and gives the ball up to El Matador, who has a shot at the near post, but that shot goes off target. Unlucky, but Frontera Chrome get away with it right there, and the kickstart a counter towards the middle. Luis, though, at the perfect place to get that ball out, even with 0 boost. All right, Caesar, I see. You're trying to play both sides. I get it. I get it. But right now, Frontera Chrome are doing all they can to keep that ball away from the orange half. But these big pitch clearances spell trouble for them. And Luis misreads that in this particular moment. Gnostics takes over, gets met by Larson. But the ball keeps coming back to them. They just have to hold on if they want to see game 5. Ooh, a bit of an awkward moment. Ball's high up now. Backflip. Luis wasn't ready for that. Gets the shot off target. You don't see that every day. Fiery Fred Shows breaks it out with 0. Misses it. And now goes for the bump but gets nothing. Shea hanging back. Shadowing Gnostics. Gets the ball. Luis not trying to do all his own to keep this attack going. But now, Larson takes over. Larson with a dunk attempt on Skyline. But the ball finally gets out. Caesar's asking about the ping difference. We'll see after this game 4 ends. Unfortunately, I have not paid attention. I should, but I have not paid attention. Gnostics bring it out to the opposite corner. Shaybomb meets it right there, but the ball gets popped up to Luis, who gets bumped away, and that gives Frontera a little bit of reprieve, but not for too long. So now get a chance to get their attack going. Everyone lets it go. Indestructible with a shot on net, but it bounces off the post. I thought that was gonna go in, but the ricochet takes it away from the goal, and Frontera get away with it yet again. As another shot, and another shot goes off target. Finally, though, at last, El Matador get their first in game 4. Skyline with a powerful shot into the middle, 60 miles per hour, 96 kilometers per hour, off AlexBangersOnly.com radar gun. And chat, El Matador is back in this. We are tied 1 apiece with 87 seconds remaining. Months of death's sake, it was like 70s for us and 40s for them. Yep. So that shouldn't be that significant, but it will affect your ability to probably get like your challenges won in the midfield, especially when to keep control. And speaking of control, Frontera are trying to get the second soft double attempt, but Luis was ready for that. They should have had the goal before that, though. Somehow that ball did not go on target. Skyline trying to get himself to that ball, gets a second chance, near post, and the one makes it! And El Matador takes the lead with 50 seconds remaining. I'm not sure any one of those players were ready for that. We enter, or are about to enter, sorry, the final 30 seconds. El Matador up 2-1 right now, and they are looking to get a big win over second place Frontera Chrome. Nice pass out, pass back. No one gets there, though. And Frontera kickstart yet another attack. Skyline, though, does a good job of beating French Toast right there. Gets a second touch away, a lot of time being wasted. That pop-up is going to be in Luis's favor. And that bounce goes against Frontera. But now they try to play it back. Larson just getting himself to the ball. But he doesn't need to worry about the final contact. Fiery French Shows follows it up. And he gets the equalizer with 5 seconds remaining. Oh, here we go, chat. Squeaky bum time kicking off right now. We've seen El Matador get a game winner in these situations before. Can they do it again? The bounce goes in their favor. Open it, but no one can get there. And chat, we are heading into overtime. Ooh, that was a really nervy moment for Frontera. But that final touch went in their favor, too far away from anyone else. Now they have it all to do right here to take us to game 5. Big bump on Skyline. Ball going towards the goal. Shaybomb has a chance to center into the middle. Luis reads it yet again. Gets it to the opposite end. Not for long, though. The ball gets played right out to Toast. Shaybomb with a shot. And what a save by Gnostics. He had to do all he can to get back. And he does just enough to pull out that save. Frontera are growing in confidence. Frontera is searching for the game winner to take us to Champions Field, but it's not over yet. Luis trying to take over, but he gets bumped away yet again in the air. And now Larson takes control. Larson with the ball, tries to beat it, goes into the middle, back to Shaban. Shaban, game winner in Paris. And chat, we are heading to Champions Field. Wow. What a game 4 that was. Absolutely insane. And you know what? That deserves an absolute cinema. Oh my God. After a bit of difficulty earlier on, Frontera Chrome have fought back valiantly. They have 2 points and so does El Matador. Now it's all about getting those other 2 points for the win. Incredible performance from both teams. And I'm seeing the ping right now, by the way. In terms of ping difference, Luis is the only player with the lowest ping. He has about 36 to like 50. The Frontera players have like 75 to 85. The other El Matador players have above 60, like 60 to 68 to 70, something like that. So the ping difference isn't that massive, but I can still tell you when you're playing in a region at the opposite part of the world, it's still quite difficult because of the jitters. It makes it so that you don't get as clean a performance. None of that matters though. Frontera have done very well despite the server region. Here we go, game 5 in Champions Field. Winner takes all. Will it be El Matador of FC Dallas or will it be Frontera Chrome of San Diego FC? And both teams are going with their strongest lineups right here. Indestructible Luis and Skyline for El Matador. Shaybomb, Larson, and Toast for Frontera Chrome. No Mecky Ducky throughout this whole match. This will be an absolutely incredible win for Frontera if they can do it without Mecky Ducky of all players. And Luis trying to do it all on his own. Centers it into the middle. Skyline with a shot to the far post. Fiery French Show sees that up. Beats Indestructible. Goes for a double. But the ball just doesn't go all the way. And El Matador see this off. Quick fire counter, but the bounce doesn't go in their favor. Luis chooses to respect the Frontera boys, waits for them to make their move. Now centers it, but it's too close to the orange net, and now they need to track back. And this has just been a back and forth affair like that. Both teams getting forward with big booming clearances for the most part. And Indestructible takes advantage of that instant counterattack. Skyline with a high center. Indestructible right there to meet it in front of the net. And El Matador take the lead in game 5. They're up 1-0. Oh, that's an insane Cookster pitch towards the net. French Toast saw that coming. Skyline meets it at the middle. And Shaybomb tries to play it forward. It's been a lot of this. Just booming it back and forth until one of the players takes control. Frontera Chrome's strategy is to just try and get it out, get that first touch, keep it moving quickly. El Matador trying to keep it close to their card, start to dribble it out some more. So far, Frontera have done a decent job recently in trying to stop those dribbles away. And that 50 might be going into the net, but it curves away right on time. And Larson gets it out. He's chasing that ball, so is Luis. Luis there first. Gets it out, beats 2, the net is open, but French Show spawns at the perfect place and ensures that Frontera don't concede a second. And this is where Luis is at his best, when he has the time to dribble, take over, gets it out to the orange end, runs out of boost, bumps away. Shaybomb, Larson can't get out either. Shaybomb is back. That was Fiery French Toast, my bad. That was Fiery French Toast earlier. Shaybomb has control now, looking a little awkward. Beats Luis, but the ball is loose. Skyline's going for it. No one from Frontera Chrome is gonna go for that. They're still back at the net, and they finally get it out. Oh, I like that idea from Luis, but the bounce is just way too high for him to respond afterwards. Shea having to get that away. A second save from Fiery French Toast. But Luis meets it in the midfield. He has enough boost to dribble it away to the corner. Centers it into the middle. Skyline now off the backboard. But a big booming clearance by Larson. Gets it into the blue half. French Toast does not get a shot. Now he needs to go back. Shea gets beaten by Luis. And this is what it's been. Luis has been the difference in this game 5. Especially with his touches beating the opposition. Nice pass attempt right there by Gnostics, but Skyline just wasn't ready for that second effort. Now French Toast trying to take control. Tries to beat one. Doesn't really get enough of a powerful flick. Tries to go for the demo, but now Luis takes over. This is where he's at his best. Gets the first touch, gets the second. Indestructible. Finishes it off. Chat, with 88 seconds remaining, El Matador get the second goal at the perfect time. Luis did all the work, but Indestructible still had to finish it off. El Matador are up 2-0. Now Skyline trying to play it to the middle. Luis once again doing a great job of beating the opponent in the challenge. Shaybao trying to play it out to French Toast, who lets it go. Larson's gonna follow this up. Off the backboard yet again. Shot attempt, but both players from Frontera miss. Larson needs to get back on time, and he barely does. And it's still 2-0 when it so easily could have been third for EM. And it might just now. Luis seals the deal. Gets the third with 56 seconds remaining. That has to be game, set, and match. El Matador are up 3-0. Oh, Rydog is looking very excited right there, too. This is absolutely massive for them. They already have a 5-point lead at the top. If this result holds, they will have a 3-point lead going into the third week of the Cup. It's now or never for Frontera. They got to get that first goal. A little awkward right now. Shane going for the second. He also misses. And El Matador get away with it right there. Not over yet. The pressure still ongoing. And Shane comes in with a powerful shot in front of the blue net. Just like Indestructible the first two times. 29 seconds remaining. El Matador are up 3-1, but there's still time for Frontera. Nice neutral kickoff. Indestructible takes it away into the blue, into the orange half. Luis meets it, tries to get an early shot going. Oh, he misses that, but Larson gets thrown off by the miss. Shabob trying to play it forward. All the players don't have the boost except for Fiery French Toast. As we enter the final 10 seconds, it's now or never. Somebody's got to get a goal. Larson has center boost. He's trying to go for the corner instead, and that does it. El Matador get a huge win on Frontera. And El Matador are back in the title race. But for Frontera, they miss out on going back to 1 point behind Timber's Army. What a thrilling 5-game match right here. El Matador seal the deal, and they win 3-2. Incredible game 5 right here. Absolutely incredible game 5. El Matador, though, took over at the end. Got the win. Give credit to Frontera Chrome, though. They made El Matador's life difficult. Tried their best to get back into it. But Luis is the difference maker at the end of the day. And I say this despite Gnostics getting 2 goals and Skyline getting 2 assists. Luis was absolutely on it tonight. And once again, we see in SGL, when the best player is on their game, they inspire their team to victory. And it's no different here tonight. And of course, to celebrate the victory, Skyline drops another 100 bits. Thank you so much, Skyline. Much appreciated for your support. That's 300 bits in total in this stream. Absolutely incredible. Oh man, what a night of SGL action. All right, I do apologize for being quiet. I'm just making sure everything's updated and good to go. And chat, we have our first interview ready. So, join me in welcoming Gnostics from El Matador. Gnostics, absolutely huge win for your team, but it was really difficult. You guys got pushed all the way. How are you all feeling after that?
Nothing feels better than winning Game 5. So we are on Cloud 9.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I'm curious, what made it so much more difficult for you guys? Because they started to grow into the game, and they, were putting you guys on the back foot as well, especially games 3 and 4. What changed from that team?
I don't know what changed from that team, but I can tell you the first game of the season, what I can say is I think we played them a lot better this series than we did the first series. I think what really changed for us is our comms. Our comms were really good, and I actually think that's what pulled us over the edge. So I think they performed as well as they normally do. I mean, they played really well, but I think our teamwork just triumphed.
Yeah, and that's the advantage of good comms. Once you get those good comms going, you take your whole game to the next level.
Yeah, I've been working on my comms a lot lately, and I think that helped a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Now, when it comes to your league performances so far, you guys have been kind of up and down, not been able to get some consistency going. This win is absolutely massive on that front, though. So, where do you guys see yourselves finishing if you guys keep this going? Do you guys still think you have a chance of winning the league, or do you think there's a bit of a way to go before you get there?
No, of course. I actually think the comms are the biggest thing, and our comms are really good. I think we have enough individual skill to beat any team in the league. And since we're all individually good players, if we can mesh together as a team and have comms be that glue, yeah, we'll be number 1.
There you go. So it's all about the comms then for your team at the end of the day. And
I think so.
You guys, got it over the line at the end. And next week, we're going to be kicking off the cup yet again. You will be playing the same exact team in the upper final.
Can't wait.
So
it's going to be a repeat.
I was about to ask that. Yeah, despite the cup match being a best of 7 with the other alternate game modes going in, I'm sure you're going to see this go the same way, right?
Of course. If not better.
So throughout this match, we didn't get to see Mecky Ducky appear for Frontera Chrome. Did that give you some added confidence going into this matchup?
I'm not really too sure, so I'm going to say no.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. It's all good. One last question. Has your captain Luis been talking about bringing any new players in potentially when the roster update window opens up in 2 weeks, or are you guys going to stick with the squad?
I don't know. He hasn't said anything. Hopefully that doesn't mean I'm getting cut, because I've heard nothing. Uh-oh.
Well, you know what? I guess we'll find out, eh?
I think I just got traded mid-season. Imagine that. But no. But even if that does happen, I think we'll be good.
Fair enough. Well, Gnostics, that does it for the interview. GG's. I'm going to leave the floor to you. Say what you want to say. Give your shout-outs. Go ahead.
Thanks, Maz. Shout out El Matador. Shout out my mom. Shout out Sean, SCV Law Firm. And shout out SGL.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Gnostics, for your interview. Enjoy yourself. Have a good night. We'll catch you next time.
Alrighty. Peace.
Peace.